If I can only make one video my entire life, this would be the video right here. Because this is the biggest pandemic, the biggest issue, the biggest crisis that all of us face as human beings that are on this planet right now in the current year 2025. That crisis is that free thinking is almost non-existent. All of our thoughts, nearly almost every single one of them, is fully engineered. I'm going to break down exactly why that is, and how we can get out of it. To get started, I need to just lay some basic groundwork, some basic facts to get you on my train of thought here. The average adult right now checks their phone 96 times a day. Out of that same group, 62% of US adults use social media primarily to get their news. If you want to go younger, we'll look at middle schoolers. 82% of middle schoolers cannot distinguish between an ad and a real news post. If we zoom in even farther, posts on Twitter or X are 3 times more likely to get engagement and to be shown if they make people angry or upset. And lastly, 90% of what you see online is not curated by you. It's curated by an algorithm that is designed to keep you on a platform as long as possible. Now you might ask, what is this, just random information outbursts? It's not random, I promise you. It is simply to tell you and to prove to you that most of our thoughts nowadays are not ours. They're engineered through algorithms, through AI, and through, to me, what I think is an agenda that is being pushed by people that are in power, who want to hold their power because of just the greedy nature of human beings. Now, I want you to visualize something right here, okay? I want you to imagine you have power, whether it be a politician, a CEO, I don't care what it is, just one that is high up there on the chain. I want you to imagine that you don't want to lose it. And you will do whatever it takes to keep that power. But then due to your power, you have good connections, good networks, a lot of money, and a lot of ability to just bend things unethically. Now, if you had to go and control the masses, the easiest thing you can possibly do is control, take over, and manage the flow of information, the flow of education, and the flow of knowledge. All those 3 things right there paired into one big group. And you would then use that tool, that control, to simply just drop information to people to make them think that is the default response to information. And I think you can really see it when you start to see how people in countries, they are so steadfast in their own stances that they cannot even fathom the idea of other cultures and other countries thinking differently. And I think it's easy because you see people label things as that's weird, that's strange. For example, arranged marriage. You look at certain Middle Eastern countries, certain religions, certain cultures where arranged marriages are more common. If you are from a Western civilization and you've been fed your whole life, this is how marriage is done, this is what it is, it's easy to just label it weird. Now imagine if people in power really wanted to push anti-arranged marriage, okay? And all you had to simply do was just feed to middle schoolers, feed to high schoolers, feed to adults who already think it's kind of strange because they don't quite understand it, that this is bad, this is weird. And they do it in the form of an algorithm that is constantly an echo chamber. Because 90% of your thoughts today are the ones that you had yesterday. Only 10% of your thoughts today are new or unique compared to yesterday and even last week. So if you already have that echo chamber of your stance from before and now continuously gets added on, that 90 just keeps compounding over and over again till where you are so locked in on this belief. And it's something that you don't really care about. Who really cares about that at the end of the day? It's it's an arranged marriage, whatever. But now that we've been fed it and we've been taught this, it's easy to just lock in this position. Be like, no, this is weird. And you start to realize that is applied to so many different things in our life where we are just taught things and information is given to us and we accept it and we don't question it. And you start to see that our society is dealing with a decay of critical thinking and free thinking. People are no longer questioning the world. They're no longer questioning why things are the way they are, why can't they be better, and why are things like this just constantly going on. And I think when we lose touch of that, that is how we become so much easier to be controlled. And I truly think it's the scariest thing going on in our world right now, because it's one thing that once you cross a certain point, I don't know if you get back, because how can you awake someone that is so far asleep that they believe they're awake? And my reminder to you here is just never stop questioning things, never stop asking questions and reflecting on things and wondering things, and just really trying to understand how the world works. Because I think as soon as people stop asking questions, we no longer improve. The only way to improve is to have that curiosity of how to make things better and how to just change the world in a positive direction. And when you start getting it's okay, things are how they are, it's how they are, I can't question it. It's a tunnel vision of just complacency and contentment. And I don't think that's how we got to the point we are. The whole reason why we're advanced and we have these things like phones in the first place that are giving us this information is because people wanted to build things, they wanted to make things, and they had that curiosity to wonder, what if we could do X, Y, Z? What if we could add to this and do this? And I think the more and more our thoughts are controlled and stuck in this, like I said, this tunnel of just, it is what it is, I think that's when things start to get really lost, and the people on top continuously keep their power and we stay down. I'll go really crazy with you guys. Like maybe I'll lose some people here, and I'll just be honest with you. I believe we landed on the moon. Okay, I believe we did. I believe we did. I believe the Earth is round. But I truly think here, for me to sit here, a 20-year-old with no astronomy knowledge, I think it's crazy of me to be 1,000% confident in not asking questions. Not saying like I have to believe it or think about it. I think it's crazy though that we've gotten to the point where if you question something or look deeper, you are labeled conspiracy theorist, dumb, weird. Like that's what we're supposed to do. That's what we're supposed to do as humans. It's just wonder things and just like question the world. Because as soon as you get to the point where you are so willing to believe every single thing in a textbook, every single thing that some person online is telling you, you are controlled. It's like I said, that's over. That is the end goal right there for the opposition. That our brains become so just tunnel visioned in and locked in that it no longer matters. Because we're willing to accept anything as fact that is coming from these sources that we view as the authority, that we view as credible. And it's like, why are we not digging deeper and wondering about the credibility, wondering about the things that could have been done? Because I think it's like we downplay how smart these things are and how negative they are. Like the goal of social media is not to make you happy or to make your life better or to make you smarter. It's to make the creators more money. And I think we have to realize that as well, that it's like you can look it up based on 300 likes on any platform, an AI algorithm that is trained highly. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, can guess and predict your behavior better than your own spouse. It's like, that's crazy. You can live with someone your entire life, and all it takes is an AI algorithm, 300 likes for them to know you, what you're going to do better than the person who's lived with you for that long. And to me, that is terrifying. That is scary. I think we can still use it for good. Like we can still, you know what I'm saying? We can still harness social media for good. I'm not saying we have to leave it. Like I'm on here right now talking to you guys. I'm just saying that question everything. Even me, like I don't care who it is. Whoever you're watching, listening, seeing, question them, look into them, and just be able to take a stance that is your own, that is unique. And it's like as soon as we are afraid to take a stance that is controversial or away from the norm, that's when we're cooked, because everything is just straight up tunnel vision, like I said. So don't be afraid to just say what you think. Don't be afraid to have conversations. Because here's the other thing too. Anyone that is truly telling you the truth and truly believes it will never, ever freak out about you questioning things and wanting to have a conversation. Because if they are so confident in it, because if they believe it so much, they will simply sit down, talk to you, give you the good points, and allow you to draw the conclusions yourself using your own free thinking, critical thinking brain, not anyone that's telling you what it has to be. Because you are your own human, your own mind, and what makes life so fun. And what has gotten us this far, like I said earlier, is the ability to think outside the box, think differently, think uniquely, and just be your own person. We're not supposed to all be the same. And I'm telling you, this is the biggest problem going on, is we're morphing into these same people that are being taught, dictated, and trained by these algorithms that are simply just trying to make people money. And they're being controlled by people that are trying to use it for their own gain, whether it be status, power, money, etc. So I'm telling you, look out for this, be careful. I might do another video where I dig deeper onto it, but like this is truly the most important, biggest issue for me ever. Because like that deep reflection I talked about earlier that has dropped down so much for people that are between the age of 18 and 29, that is me, that is my demographic. And I think all the time. I reflect all the time. I question everything. Like, why are things like this? Why do they have to be like this? Why is Japan's infrastructure so different than America? What could we take from Japan that would make America better? All these kind of questions, all these different things that could lead you to controversial viewpoints or controversial answers or more, just not accept the material. That is what you have to do, because it's what allows us to push that envelope and improve things. Because to improve, to make a change, you have to make it different than what it was before. But what it was before was accepted. Have your own mind, think for yourself, and just don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to ask questions and just think outside the box, because like I said, that's how we make progress. That's how we got this far. That's what we can't lose, because that is what makes us truly human and truly gives us the gift of life right here. Okay, because this brain is powerful. This brain is a tool, but do not let it be controlled. Do not let it be taken over, because it's yours. It's yours only. If you like this video, though, drop me a like, subscribe. It means so much to me. I'm trying to get these messages out here to help us live better, more fulfilling, more happy lives. And doing so, I want to get the message out to as many people as possible. At 379 subs right now, I want to get to 500 by July and hopefully 1K by the end of the year. I love you guys. I'm always supporting you in everything you do. I want the best for you. I want the best for my fellow humans, because like I said, we're a team out here. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I want the best. I'll see you guys. Let's go.